Lesson 5, Mixed Radicals. Cubes. So as we did it with square numbers before, now we're going to be working with just the cube numbers. So everything below the red line. So we want to find a cube number that fits into 24. So the biggest number that fits into 24 is 8. So if you take 8 and times it by 3, you get 24. Now you can write 8 as the cube of 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now because we have 3 2's and our index is 3, you need to have 3 of something before you can take it out. So 3 2's comes out to be 1 2, and we're left with a 3 on the inside. This is the same as saying the cube root of 8 times the cube root of 3. The cube root of 8 is 2 times the cube root of 3. So either way. 192, the biggest number that goes into 192 is 64. So you have the cube root of 64 times 3. 64 is the perfect cube of 4. So we have 4 times 4 times 4 times 3. Because we have 3 4's, 1 can come out from the radical, and we're left with 4 with a cube root of 3. And again, you can write this as the cube root of 64 times the cube root of 3. The cube root of 64 is 4 root 3. Cube root 3. For the next example, 686, the biggest number that goes into it is 343. So the cube root of 343 times 2. And 343 is 7, so the cube root of 7 times 7 times 7 times 2. 3 7's can come out, so it's 7 cube root 2. You could also write it as the cube root of 343 times the cube root of 2, and the cube root of 343 is 7. 1458 is 729, so the cube root of 729 multiplied by 2. 729 is the perfect cube of 9, so 9 times 9 times 9 times 2. You have 3 9's, so 1 can come out of the radical. Cube root of 2 is left. And you could write this as the cube root of 729 times the cube root of 2, which is 9 cube root 2. Okay, we're going to write it as an entire radical. So you're going to move the coefficient inside the brackets. So we have 7. Now we're going to write the coefficient to the power of the index. So 2 to the power of 3. Coefficient index. So that's 7 times 8. And 7 times 8 is 56. And of course, these are all the cube roots. That's all you have to do. So for this one, we have the cube root of 3 times the coefficient, which is 5, to the power of the index, which is 3. So we have the cube root of 3 times 125, which is the cube root of 375. We have the cube root of 2 times the coefficient, which is 4, to the power of the index, which is 3. So we have the cube root of 2 times 64, which is the cube root of 128. And the last one, we have the cube root of 5 times the coefficient, which is 6, to the power of the index, which is 3. So 3 times 5, or the cube root of 5 times 216, so the cube root of 1080. So that's how you write those all as entire radicals.